What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Football Game Show brought to you by Front Yard Fantasy here on Better Sports Network. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my wildly handsome and one of them very color coordinating co-hosts, Joey Wright and John Luke Garofalo. What's up, boys?
Thank you for noticing. I did coordinate the hat with the shirt and the hoodie with the white strings, so thank you. I always appreciate when my fashion is noticed on the show.
What I need to know, Joey, is do the underpants match?
What underpants?
That's the question. Oh,
I think I do have matching underpants too.
Naughty boy.
I went through a phase where I wanted to buy all briefs, so I look like a pro wrestler. So I've got a lot of like multicolored briefs. Too much information for our
to look like a pro
audience
wrestler
today.
We want even more too much information. Whenever my dad first moved to the United States from Europe, apparently in Europe, the fashion was multicolored briefs. That was very normal. And whenever my mom pantsed him in a grocery store early into their relationship, and my very shy and timid foreign father felt uncomfortable and exposed, and she also felt uncomfortable standing next to the man in his multicolored briefs in the middle of a grocery store in the 80s. How's that for too much information?
Am I your dad?
I think you are my father, Joey. I think you are my father. Well, guys, today we are going to be playing some fantasy football Wheel of Fortune. We'll have our guest, Matt Harrison, joining us right now. We're having some technical difficulties. Hopefully we can get those resolved, get him up here to play with us. But until then, we got some people in the chat ready for today's show. Our friend Grim Fan down here. What's up, Grim? Welcome in. Grim wanted to start us off with a question. What's up, Grim? Grim said, I'm here with my annual football question for discussion. But what's your thoughts on the Bills signing former Seahawk DT Poona Ford to a one-year deal, and how does it affect their defense now? So this is his annual question. You'll get another one next year. Before we answer this, though, I think we got to figure it out. Matt, are you there?
Oh, we can see him, but we can't hear him.
It's like I'm seeing. We've got a picture of Matt.
Unmute.
Yes,
Unmute.
Yes!
He's here.
Let's go.
Oh, it's gonna be a fun show.
Like my dad with the Zoom calls back in the pandemic. It's great.
Wearing the Birdland hat. I love it.
Where do I go? What do I hit?
Well, guys, we are welcoming in our guest, Matt Harrison. For those of you that do not know Matt, he's the co-host of Fantasy Football Weekly over on KFan, Minnesota station for sports. He is also the founder of Shock Fantasy and one of our great friends. Matt, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Yeah, excited to see you guys again. We got to hang out in the sports books of Las Vegas and, cheer for, what was it, Grand Canyon State and the Antelopes.
Yeah, I won like $150, didn't I, on the Grand Canyon versus Abilene Christian. That's what it was. Yeah, I won a lot of money on that game. The whole place.
Yeah, I bet. Just riches. Look at all those movies you have behind you now.
I know. Is he the first guest to properly call them what they are? I think he is. Matt, I'm so glad you're here today.
I know you well enough, Joey.
Yes, thank you.
The books behind Joey were quite expensive, so he needed to win all that money out there. Well, Matt, you're just in time. We had a question here from our friend Grim. I was going to throw it out there. He wants to know how the signing of Poona Ford to a one-year deal for the Bills affects their defense. Matt, do you have an opinion on how this affects that Bills D?
I mean, they're good already. I mean, adding good depth to a great defense is never a bad thing. So depth is a skill in the NFL right now.
Joey, do you agree with Matt?
Yeah, I do. I mean, if it's going to make teams, it's going to be tougher for teams to run the ball on the Bills because Poona Ford's going to be a great run defensive player. So yeah.
And we've seen teams that look hot in the beginning. They look entirely different come December. You're right. Depth is an important position on most NFL teams.
Dude, it feels like all of these NFL franchises are just like loading up as much as they can. It feels like this year we're just going to have like a few super teams that are going to go ham against each other.
I'm excited. And they're all in one conference, it feels like. There's like a super conference and then the other. We got Dustin in here ready for today's show. Says, let's go. # Team Joey. Get that win today. Albert in the chat says, hello, everyone. What's up, Albert?
Albert.
Hello,
Albert.
We got Dame down here saying, sup, everyone. What's up, Dame? Welcome in. I see One Nation Underground in here. Welcome in. We got Scampers in the chat with the Happy Wednesday FYF. And said they had a sandals ad Do you think that's Sandals the shoe or Sandals the resort? Matt, if you had to guess which one advertised on our YouTube video, do you think it is Sandals the all-inclusive resort or Sandals the general shape of a shoe?
I mean, if it's all you can drink, it's definitely Sandals going the resorts for sure. Everybody's got shoes. Nobody watches the show for the foot fetishes. I don't think. Maybe I'm totally wrong.
Trying to reach them.
We do own the domain rotofeet.com.
Yeah, not for a lack of our effort.
all those knee fans out there.
Matt, if you'd like to make your submission to Roto Feet, just let us know. We're still waiting for our first submission. But
I mean, I just got my slippies here, so
Didn't we put Barron's big toe up on and made like $500?
I think so. I think you're right.
It's a pretty big toe.
Yeah.
Also, we got Victor in here. What's up, Victor? Welcome in, my friend. He said, "Good afternoon, bro. Chacho, smash that like button, Team JL." Scamper said, yes. What's up? Ladarius said, good afternoon, all, and hope all is well with all.
Thank you, Ladarius.
Jason, Matt has an amazing background. Yeah, Matt, you do have an amazing background.
Really cool.
My felt tiles of wonder. Yes, they're nice.
It's very aesthetically pleasing.
Got to get the acoustics right for those podcasts,
Which one do you push and it opens up a door to a secret room? Which one is it? Just so I know when I come over.
It's that one right there.
But don't push it.
Okay. No, I didn't. One. I got close.
And is it a sex room or a prepper room? Because secret
or
rooms
a sex prepper room
or a sex prepper room.
I like my secret rooms to be multi-purpose. So I really try to keep it open. It's just a light bulb and a chair and lots of lube.
Multi-purpose.
Make your own adventure type
all
of thing.
sorts of survival scenarios.
Sounds like a pickle.
We got some Orioles fans in the chat. Grim fan said, "Go Orioles!"
Let's go.
Scamper said, "I'm just here for the shin fetish." And Grim fan said, "Has Joey controlled himself from Scott Fish's jokes yesterday yet?"
I'm not going to apologize for laughing so hard. That seriously for me was one of the funniest things I've heard on the show. And that Scott Fish really he earned himself a non-invite on the show going forth.
Well, guys,
wait, you've uninvited Scott from the show from now on?
We invite Scott every day, and he turns us down every day. He's just gaslighting us.
He is gaslighting.
Well, they never invite me on. That was a really good Scott Fish impression, by the way.
That was. I could have sworn it was him right in the room with me.
Wait, let me try. Guys, that's my impression of Scott Fish.
Hey, guys. A little giggle at the end of each sentence.
You need to be taller.
Oh man,
my needs to be way up here.
I can tell you're not tall enough. Your head would be above those bookshelves if you were Scott Fish.
I've been doing radio with Scott now for about 6 years, and you guys are really getting on these impressions really well. We might when Scott's out, we might have to bring Joey and John Luke in to combine to do all Scott's mannerisms. The miracle of radio. No one would know. So.
We'll just come in similar of one of those horse suits with 2-person horse suits. It'll be that.
We're a big church.
Instead of having a guest host, it's just you try to play it off as Scott Fish on an off week. It's just.
I wonder if you can AI generate a Scott Fish. I mean, it seems to be all the rage right now.
Oh, we have to.
We got Andrew in here saying, "Sup, fam? What's up, Andrew? Welcome in,
my friend. Andrew. Good to see you,
Matt Deutsch in the chat saying, "Love the Whalers hat, Joey. My favorite logo in sports."
I'll tell you what, this hat gets a lot of attention. I think I should wear it.
Worst mascot.
More often. Yeah.
Wait.
That is true. JL, it's not the greatest mascot.
Absolute worst mascot.
Here we go.
There we go.
Nice. And Scamper is coming in with the solution. A 2-person fish shoot for JL and Joey.
2-person fish shoot.
It's perfect. Well, guys, today we brought our friend Matt here to play a game that we call Fantasy Fortune. Matt has played this game with us before, so he's a bit of an expert. Joey and I don't even get that advantage over him today. I'm going to explain how this goes, then we're going to go ahead and get started. It's a lot like the popular TV show Wheel of Fortune, but with, you guessed it, fantasy football or NFL twist. Instead of spinning a wheel, contestants are going to be answering 50-50 NFL or fantasy-related trivia questions. If you get that question right, you get to guess a consonant that you think is in the puzzle that will be on the board in front of us. For every instance of that consonant that shows up, you're going to have $500 to your round bank. Now, on your turn, you can do this up to 3 times in a row. That is, get a question right, get a letter right. If at any point either of those are wrong, your turn is over. Or if you get 3 of those correct, your turn will also be over. The good news is, if you haven't solved the puzzle by that point, you're still going to bank all of that money. It's going into your final bank. We'll give you 5 seconds to solve, but then we're moving on to the next contestant. Now, during your turn, there are 2 other actions you can take besides just answering a question, guessing a letter. You can choose to buy a vowel. You must have a minimum of $500 in your round bank to do this, though, because it's going to cost $100 per instance of the vowel that shows up on the screen. You can also choose to solve the puzzle at any time. If you solve the puzzle, you're going to earn $1,000 into your total bank, or however much is in your round bank, whichever number is higher. So it's a minimum of 1,000 or the amount in your round bank. We'll go like this till we run out of puzzles or run out of time, at which point the contestant with the most money is our Fantasy Fortune champion. You guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Pat Sajak,
I love
let's
this
go.
game.
Yeehaw! JL is Fantasy Fortune daddy today, so he's going to be running this game.
Yes, I will. And everything Simon said, you could throw out the window for this first one, because this is a toss-up puzzle. Toss-up puzzle. So I'm going to slowly reveal letters to this puzzle. You guys have to say your own name, contestants, when you think you got it. You only have 1 shot at this. So if you get it wrong, that's it for this round. Your contestants can come in and sweep up. Whoever gets this right is going to get 500 points and get to go first on the next.
I jumped the gun there a bit, but one more reminder to all of our contestants. Make sure you've got it full screen so that you cannot see the comments, because everybody in the chat, we want you guys playing along. So throw your answers in the chat. If you're right, Jail will shout you out after the puzzle. And if you're very wrong, we'll mock you.
What if I just do this?
Perfect.
Will that work?
Yeah, that works as well.
Okay, good.
Perfect, yeah. As long as
So my wife makes me do it when she walks out of the shower.
So I hope everyone makes you do when they walk out of the shower. All right, toss-up puzzle. This one is worth 500. Say your own name when you think you got it. I'm going to reveal letters here, starting now. Boom, boom.
Simon. Oh, shoot.
Simon.
Joey. Oh.
I heard
Jordan
Simon
Love.
first. Jordan Love is correct, Simon. Well done.
Ooh.
Why did you say, oh no, when you said your own name?
Because I thought it was Randall Cobb, but then I realized all at once there's no V in Cobb, and Randall has
Randall
2
Love.
L's. Randall Cobb.
So happy you figured that out.
Thanks,
All at
man. I
one
really
time.
appreciate the
Yeah,
support.
it was great.
Simon, $500.
$500 for Simon. I wanted to ask you guys before we get into our next puzzle, how do you feel about Jordan Love going into this season? It feels like this is the weakest, like it's his moment type of buildup. Like it kind of feels a little anticlimactic. But I'm curious, what are your guys' expectations of Jordan Love this season?
I'm in a dynasty startup right now, Superflex, and I'm about to make my 3rd pick. And I think I'm like 3 picks away. And if one of the quarterbacks I don't like is there for me on my next pick, I'll wait for the next pick around to grab Jordan Love. I'm happy starting him in a Superflex league. I'm not super comfortable using like maybe a 3rd round pick on him, but definitely in the 4th round in a Superflex draft, I'm happy taking him.
You know, as a lifelong Viking fan who's had to deal with our chief rival to the east having 30 years of all-pro Hall of Fame quarterback play, if Jordan Love works out for the Packers, I just think I'll have to like leave football altogether. It's just going to be just horrible for me. He can't. They can't hit 3 times in a row.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be wild. If he ends up hitting after sitting all this time, I feel like there's going to be chaos all over Twitter.
Yeah, for sure.
I look at this and I'm fearful that I am missing the boat on the next great fantasy quarterback. 1st round draft capital on a franchise that has a history of creating great quarterbacks, that just invested 2 2nd round picks on receiving weapons for him. Like, I don't see it. I haven't seen it. I didn't love him in the pre-draft process. Thought it was a weird pick for Green Bay, but we've seen other players like Patrick Mahomes sat for 1 year. It was a different story altogether, but it was also Alex Smith in front of him, not Aaron Rodgers, right? It was a different situation. I sit here and think, am I missing out? Am I misevaluating this situation? Because the Packers seem to be pretty damn confident, and I'm not as confident as they seem.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen quarterbacks the last few years just kind of fall on their face, though. I mean, look at all of the first-round rookies. Look at the Darnolds. Look at the Zach Wilsons. That, you know, had they had the benefit of sitting for 3 years, would they have been better, or were we just delaying the inevitable? That some of these guys are just middle-of-the-road backups.
Well, we might get a second shot on Zach Wilson because I think he might sit for a couple of years and then maybe get a starting job again because the Jets are moving on from him.
We got Scott Fish in the chat. Said, "Sorry, I'm late. You can start the show now."
Oh, you missed it.
This is the first time we're mentioning you.
No, that's so weird. I thought you were actually on the show earlier. I must have been mistaken.
Yeah, we thought we heard you. Very odd. And then Scott said they were all lies. Whatever was said. And then he said, "Joey, is that league I begged to be in with Ian, but you told me no, and then told the rest of the people that you tried, and I said no."
In no way is that what happened, Scott. I can put you on blast on the show right now with our millions and millions of viewers, but I won't because I respect you and your game, Scott. So no, I'm not going to do that.
Have you guys ever tried to book Ian Fish on this show? Because
yes,
I mean that's the fish that you really want to get. That's the fish in the dish right there.
We're scared. We're scared. Yeah, we go to book him, but then we all fight over who's going to host the game, so we don't have to compete against him, and we end up just canceling every time.
And his fee is incredibly high to get him on, so like it's not going to happen for a while.
He's got a rider with all blue M&Ms and
it's absurd. It's absurd. Yeah. He needs like a Lamborghini transport. It's too much. It's too much, Ian.
I mean, even though it's a streaming show, the entourage is what bugs me. Just like at least like 15 deep. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our next puzzle here. Simon, you got that one correct. So you're gonna get 500 in your game bank here, and you're gonna go first on this one. And this is a rhyme time. So this puzzle is going to rhyme in some way. Some examples of puzzles we've used in the past are drinking soda with Marcus Mariota, playing clarinet with Jacoby Brissett. So it'll be something like that. Simon, you are going first in this one. Would you like a question?
Yes.
Okay. And we got Maria in the chat. Said surprise. What up, Maria?
Surprise!
Welcome in.
Oh,
surprise!
And then she said she got home and yelled surprise, forgetting that I was streaming. I'm surprised. I did not even hear her. So maybe you guys heard her. All right. Oh, we got Shraggy in the chat. What up, Shraggy? Welcome in.
What's up?
All right. Contestants out of the chat. Let's get into our next puzzle here. Simon, here's your first question. We're going to stick in the fantasy points category here. All my fantasy points questions are going to be PPR format, points per reception format. If I don't say it, you can assume it. And if you forget, just ask. Simon, tell me which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Was it Josh Jacobs or was it Saquon Barkley?
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs is correct. What consonant would you like?
I would like a T as in taco.
T as in taco. There are 2 T's. It's going to give you 1,000 in your round bank, my friend, meaning you can purchase a vowel here. You can take another question or you can solve.
After my TT, I would like another question.
The little TT, another question. All right, we're sticking in this category. Which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season, Simon? Was it A.J. Brown or was it Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Ooh. It was A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown is correct. What consonant?
I would like an N as in no.
N as in no. There are 5 N's.
Wow.
It's going to give you 2,500, Simon. And this is your last opportunity to purchase vowels this turn if you would like to.
Yeah, and I'll buy an I.
An I. There are 4 I's. It's going to cost you 400. Your options are the same.
I'll buy an E.
An E.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Bonk,
Dang
no
it! I had a
E's.
feeling there were no
Sorry,
E's in there.
Simon.
Oh, that hurts my soul.
Sorry, Simon. So Joey, we're moving on to you. Would you like a question, or you can solve?
I can't solve yet. There's some letters up there though. That's exciting.
No, I solved it.
Yeah, I did too. Come get it, Joey.
Oh no! All right, Joe, you ready?
Question? Yes.
All right, Joey. Which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Was it CeeDee Lamb or was it Jamar Chase?
CeeDee Lamb.
That is correct. What consonant would you like?
H.
H. There are 2 H's. It's going to give you 1,000 in your round bank, Joey. Purchase the Val here. You can solve or you can take another question.
I want to solve. Playing bingo with Jonathan
exactly how it's written.
Did I say it right?
Playing bingo with Jonathan Mingo is correct, Joey. Well done.
All right.
Well done.
You nerd. I hate when that
Simon,
happens. It's as soon as the pressure gets taken off of you, you get that going on.
And Scampers here with the solve, playing bingo with Jonathan Mingo before the contestants. Well done, Scampers.
The cat's really in on
it. Cat is really in on it. I'm curious, how do you guys feel about Jonathan Mingo in this new offense?
I feel like on draft night, Joey, my internet went out. Not just my internet, my power went out mid-draft. NFL draft, power goes out. So I am on Discord with Joey on my phone, and Joey now becomes my live NFL draft broadcaster. He's announcing the picks to me, and I'm getting his analysis as they're made. And Joey, I remember you being really intrigued by this pick whenever it came through, like you having a strong reaction to Mingo being drafted.
Yeah, I think the team they're putting around Bryce Young, I think he could become the wide receiver 1 pretty simply. I mean, Adam Thielen's there, and Terrace Marshall, we haven't seen him make that next step. This is his 3rd year, so he could do that. But Mingo's exactly who I want a rookie quarterback to get. He's a slot receiver. It's going to be a good safety blanket. I was really optimistic for Mingo the night of the draft, and I've only become more optimistic about him. Made a trade yesterday. Spent all day trying to make a trade to get him. Finally got him in the middle of the 2nd round of a rookie draft. Love Mingo. I love just the potential that he could have there in Carolina with a brand new rookie quarterback.
Yeah, the opportunity is certainly there. One guy you forgot to mention, who I think probably is the top of their wide receiver depth chart, is DJ Chark right now. Mm-hmm. And man, bringing in a couple of veterans like Thielen and Chark, and adding in a guy like Mingo, I think that's a nice little trio that they have there. Mm-hmm. They might not all work. They might not all be fantasy relevant every week, but we could see some nice spike weeks. Mingo interests me a lot more in a best ball kind of format, though.
I hear that.
And Scampers down here calling for it. What you guys were kind of saying, Mingo wide receiver 1 for the Panthers by the end of the season. Joey calling for that. But we got Chark sitting in the way, and Better Boss down here saying, I love DJ Chark in Carolina, but I love DJ Chark everywhere.
I just hope we get enough passing attempts, from this Carolina offense, because that's been the issue in the past. Is can they pass enough to support multiple relevant wide receivers?
Yeah. Who did they add to that running back room this offseason?
It was Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders is a big one, yeah.
So they've got the back there to provide some safety for their rookie quarterback. And you're right, JL. I mean, historically, rookie quarterbacks just don't throw enough to support multiple fantasy options. So it's probably Mingo or not. There probably isn't a world where he's somewhat relevant.
In a standard
new coach,
draft,
so maybe they pass.
You're going to be avoiding the Panthers wide receivers this year.
Say that again, Matt.
In like a standard redraft league, do you feel like you're going to avoid the Panthers wide receivers for the most part this year?
I think for the most part, I will be avoiding the Panthers wide receivers. And I like Bryce Young.
ADP will factor.
Yeah. I think they're really late ads for nothing at all.
Yeah, and I think that's what's kind of nice about it is you can kind of take your shot at the end of a draft, and if you hit on it, you've got a serviceable wide receiver week to week. And I really do like Mingo a lot. So I think he could be that one.
Hopefully.
You think he could be the one?
Mm-hmm.
Are you the one? Isn't that a Netflix like reality love show?
I think that's a Kenny Chesney song, and you guys got me to accidentally say it. So good job.
Are you the one?
Are you the one, Joey? You got that puzzle correct. So you're gonna get $1,000 here, and you keep that 3,100 away from Simon.
Yeah, that's the real win of this.
That's the real win.
And before we move on, I just read the description of the show. Are you the one? And I forgot, and now I'm remembering that it is one of the greatest premises for a dating show. They get 20 people in a house, like 20 people looking for love, 10 guys, 10 girls. And through their magic science algorithm of interviews and matchmakers, each one of them has a perfect match inside the house, but they don't tell them who's who. And at the end of every week, they have to pair off and try to guess who they think they're supposed to be falling in love with in the house. But at the same time, they're falling in love with other people, and they get like so attacked. Like, I know you're the one for me. Then it comes out and like, not your match. And at the end of the week, they just tell them like, you have 3 correct out of 10, but they don't tell you which ones are right. So then everyone's fighting over like, no, this is the love of my life. I know we're the right one. It's so
man. I just missed Joe Millionaire.
Joe Millionaire,
where he wasn't a millionaire.
Bring back good reality TV.
Yeah, Joe, exactly. 100,000aire.
No, don't you remember the premise of that show? All these women were trying to date this guy because they said he was a millionaire, and then they revealed like he's just like a $20,000 a year carpenter. And they're like, no, we love him anyway. He's like, no.
The old bait and switch.
Yeah.
Sometimes reality TV just seems like a sick social experiment.
Yeah,
it always is.
100%. All right, let's get into our next puzzle here. Joey got that one right. So, Matt, you were going first on this one. This is an NFL player actor mashup. So this is going to be an actor name and an NFL player's name smushed together in some way. Other examples of this category or the mashup categories are Boston Scott Pilgrim versus the World for NFL player movie mashup, or Dude, Where's My Derek Carr?
Gotcha.
Matt, you were going first on this one. Are you ready for a question?
Yeah, I definitely am not ready to solve. So,
all right. So, question it is. All right, Matt, tell me which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Was it Devontae Adams or was it Saquon Barkley?
I think it was Devontae Adams.
That is correct. What consonant would you like?
Ooh, let's go with an N as in Nancy.
N as in Nancy. 2 N's. That's going to give you $1,000 in your round bank, my friend, which means you can purchase a vowel here. You can take another question or you can solve.
I will take the letter E as a vowel here.
Letter E. There are 2 E's that cost you 200
E's in the puzzle.
Now there's E's. Your options are the same, Matt.
Let's take an O.
Taking an O. There's 1 O. It's going to cost you another 100, and your options remain the same.
Man, I want to buy one more vowel. Let's go A.
A, you got it. There are 2 A's. It's going to cost you 200.
All right.
And your options remain the same.
I'll take another question now.
All right, take your second question. You got it. Which player had more PPR fantasy past season? Which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Was it Dalvin Cook or was it Ramondre Stevenson?
Ooh, I believe it was Dalvin Cook, but it's pretty close.
I'm sorry, it was Ramondre Stevenson. It's Ramondre Stevenson. Simon, we're moving on to you.
Oh, and I have no idea. There's so many names running through my head that I don't think are even real names.
All right, you want a question?
Yeah, hit me.
All right, which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season, Simon? Which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Was it Aaron Jones or was it Tyler Lockett?
Stinky man. Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones is correct. What consonant would you like?
Yeah. I would like Yeah, I would like an S as in sauce.
S as in sauce. There are 2 S's. It's gonna give you 1,000, Simon.
You know, I thought the S was there. I have no idea what the name is. It doesn't bring me any closer, but I had a feeling that second word started with an S. Yeah, I'll take it.
So would you like to take another question? Would you like to solve?
I'm going to take a question. No, I'm not buying vowels. That didn't work so well last time. We'll just take another question.
All right. Which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Was it Jamal Williams or was it Amari Cooper?
Ooh, that's a good question. It was Amari Cooper.
That is correct. What letter would you like?
I would like a V. Why did I say V? No.
V. What letter would you like?
V. I said it. Give it to me. I think it goes. It's going to confirm something for me. V as in victory.
Bonk. Dang it. V as in nope. Joey,
why
back
did
to
I
you.
say V?
I thought I was figuring something out here, but I could have guessed another letter.
I love seeing the inner machinations.
Oh,
of Simon's
I got it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, do you, Joey?
Stalled long enough just for Joey to get it?
Sorry, I did. Jane Stefonda Diggs.
Jane Stefonda Diggs is correct. Well done, Joey.
That middle word was really effing tricky to figure out. I had Jane Fonda, but I couldn't get the beginning. Oh,
my mom's going to be so upset with me. She loves Jane Fonda.
Really?
She met Jane Fonda at a Captain Planet fundraiser not all that long ago. I know, weird sentence. Jane Fonda at a Captain Planet fundraiser.
I get it. TBS.
Yeah, through TBS. Yeah, so she met Jane Fonda there, and it was like the best night ever. She was sending me pictures. She was so excited.
Did she get lit with Jane Fonda?
She got lit with Jane Fonda, and this is an excellent puzzle.
I don't know.
Thank you. Jane Stefonda Diggs. And I think who was the first to get this in the chat?
My mom.
Was it Andrew? Andrew got close. He said Jane. I think he just spelled it wrong. Just really wrong. Just really wrong. And then Dane with the first correct spelling here with Jane Stefonda Diggs. Well done. Well done.
I don't think I own a single.
Good job,
Jane
Joey. That's
Fonda
going to
movie.
give you 1,000. You don't?
No, I don't think I do. I'm looking.
None of the workout DVDs are behind you or anything like that?
No, don't have any of those anymore.
Okay.
And here's Andrew said I was going for Devonta Smith, and I'm with you. And then I also thought maybe I couldn't tell if the middle one had like the V in the middle, but I also had last names that could fit there, like Stevenson, kind of. And I was like, maybe
that's why you went for
maybe
V.
There's a V that can fit in there.
That makes sense why you went for V.
Not really. Not particularly. That goes against all traditional strategy in this game.
Yeah, you'd think. But that's all right. Joey is ahead in this game, and we're going on to our fourth puzzle here. Mm-hmm. Matt, you're going first on this one. This is an NFL player movie mashup. So similar to what we just did. Similar type of category. Would you like a question?
Yeah, I'll take a question.
Yes, out of the chat contestants. All right, Matt, tell me which player had more PPR fantasy points last season? Which player had more PPR fantasy points last season? Was it DJ Moore or was it T. Higgins?
T. Higgins.
T. Higgins is correct. What letter would you like?
I would like let's go with the N again. Started so well last time.
There's one N that's going to give you 500 in your round bank, meaning you can purchase a vowel if you'd like, or you can take another question, or you can solve.
We'll take another question this time. Don't want to give Joey the answer too easily by the time it gets back to him.
Wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
That's not fun for anyone.
All right, Matt, tell me which player had more PPR fantasy points last season? Was it Najee Harris or was it Jerick McKinnon?
It's stupid that it's even close when you have to think about this. That's the worst part. I'm going to go with Najee Harris because all of McKinnon stuff came so late.
Najee Harris is correct. What consonant would you like?
I would like a S.
As in Simon.
S. Simon, 2
Slytherin.
Simons. That's going to give you 1,000 in your round bank. And your options are the same, Matt. You can buy a vowel, you can take another question, or you can solve.
I will take one more question.
One more question. Okay. Tell me who had more PPR fantasy points this past season. Was it Juju Smith-Schuster or was it TJ Hawkinson?
It was TJ Hawkinson.
TJ Hawkins is absolutely correct. What consonant would you like? Get this right, you're going to make this money.
Oh gosh. Let's get the T going.
T. There's one T, which is going to give you an additional 500. What? And you were going to bank this money, Matt, tying you in the first place with Joey. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to solve this before we move on to Simon, starting now. Bonk. All right. We're moving on to Simon. Simon, what would you like to do here?
I would like a question.
Question. All right. Simon, tell me which player had more PPR fantasy. Was it Gabe Davis or was it James Conner?
James Conner.
James Conner's correct. What letter would you like?
Oh, I would like. Don't get cute. I would like an L, as in loser. Simon, you're a loser if this is wrong.
L, as in 2 L's.
Yeah, L isn't exactly that.
That's gonna give you 1,000 in your round bank, Simon.
Okay, I would like another question.
Another question. You got it. All right, let's shift categories here. Simon, tell me which player had more receiving yards this past season? Is it George Kittle or DJ Moore?
You said which statistic?
It's receiving yards.
Receiving yards. DJ Moore.
DJ Moore is correct. What letter would you like?
Yes. Okay. I was not confident on that one. I want to see, as in, could that be a good choice?
C. There's one C.
That is not where I
another
thought
500,
that was.
Simon.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is your last opportunity to buy vowels this turn.
That is true. And I would like to buy an I, as in, I really hope this doesn't bonk me like the last vowel I bought did.
Bonk. Oh, I'm sorry, but it is going to bonk you like the last vowel. So, Joey, we're moving on to you.
Question, please.
Question. All right. I see some questions in the chat. We're going to hit these in between rounds. So sit tight. All right, Joey. Which player had more receiving yards this past season? Which player had more receiving yards this past season? Was it Allen Lazard or was it Gabe Davis?
Allen Lazard.
I'm sorry, it was Gabe Davis.
Okay, I got that one wrong.
Yeah, you did. All right, Matt, we're back to you, my friend.
I would like to solve the puzzle.
Hold on just 1 second. Let me pull up my puzzles so that I know for sure and that I don't forget or make a mistake here. Okay, say it exactly how it's written, Matt.
God,
say quantum of Solace Barkley.
Say quantum of Solace Barkley is absolutely correct, Matt. Well done. Let's go. Say quantum of solace. Were you close, Simon?
After he said he solved it, I remembered the structure of the Jane Fonda puzzle, and I see it now. We are mixing up the mashup structure now, and I just got to readjust the way I think about these puzzles.
You got to.
My brain's catching up now. There were 2 in a row. It took me a second, but I'm there. I got
what you're saying to where
can you get the overlay of like the numbers going by like on Zach Galifianakis?
The chess pieces on the ceiling, Queen's Gambit style, Simon's Gambit.
Nice job, Matt.
Well done,
I was
Matt.
close whenever you said it.
There it is.
That was a solid.
I got this one for $1.99.
Nice. Oh, did you just pull it out, Joey?
Yeah.
You just whip it out. Nice.
I also brought out the movie too.
We got a question in here from Chill. It said, do we like Deuce Vaughn with his story in the open backfield in Dallas? Think he could have a big pass catching role? So what do you guys think about Deuce Vaughn getting drafted by the Dallas Cowboys? His dad's there. do you guys think about his potential upside for fantasy?
As far as his dad being there, I think you can take one of two approaches here, and it's the college homer rating their college players in the NFL kind of approach. Either he's a homer, he's too close to it, he can't look at it objectively, or he knows the ins and outs of this player better than anybody else in the entire world, right? So if there is anybody who knows what he can bring to a team, it is his father. There's also it's his father. Can he look past his bias towards his son? I tend to lean towards he works for this team. It's his job. Of course, there's faith in his son, but there's probably a role for him. That being said, I think it's Tony Pollard's backfield. He'll play a complementary role. I don't think we see even RB2 numbers out of him. And there's a real chance they bring Zeke back as well, right? I don't think
Absolutely.
they're done.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I think Zeke still being out there, it's very likely that he returns to Dallas over any other team. I think if you were putting odds on it, you'd probably say right now it's Dallas. And if that happens, there's no place for Deuce Vaughn in this at all. And even if Zeke doesn't return, I have a lot of trouble feeling that there was more than, change of pace, low end change of pace role, like 3, 4, 5 touches a game kind of a thing.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. We would need to see him take a massive step up to be really considered here for fantasy, but could definitely help that Dallas run offense, because I don't think it can really run all the way through Tony Pollard. I think they do need other options there. He also asked, before we get into our next round, need to cut 6 dudes after the draft, thinking dropping Isaiah Spiller, Hassan Haskins, TMJ, DPJ, Knox, and a defense. And he doesn't know if he should keep one of those wide receivers, Deuce Vaughn or Knox. What do you guys think about this?
I'm keeping DPJ. Whenever I look at that list, DPJ jumps out at me as a player. Like, given the uncertainty on the wide receiver 2 position in Cleveland, you got to hold on to him. He's done more than anybody else currently on the roster and could just slot into that role. Like, I got hyped for Elijah Moore, for Cedric Tillman, but man, DPJ could just be. Sometimes it's what was working already. Sometimes it's just the guy that was there, and DPJ could just be the wide receiver 2.
I will say I was listening to our good buddy, late round QB, JJ Zacharyson, on his latest episode this morning. He was talking about Cedric Tillman and him possibly being a replacement for DPJ after next season when DPJ's contract is up. So it's something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
What were the other names?
It was Hassan Haskins, TMJ, DPJ, Knox, and a defense. Who's TMJ? Who am I missing?
TMJ. Yeah, I was just trying to pull what that name was.
I don't know who that is.
Me not knowing immediately.
I believe it's a jaw issue.
Terrence Marshall.
Terrence Marshall.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah, you could drop Terrence Marshall then out of that group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Donnie Peepsy Jonesy a little bit more than all of them as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. Dame got that last puzzle before, or I'm sorry, Matt, you got it before the chat, but Dame quickly hopped in there right after and nailed it. So well done, everyone. Well done.
Of course he wrote down what I said. Easy. Not too hard to do.
Classic Dame. All right, we're going into our next puzzle here. Matt, you got that one correct. So Simon, you were going first on this one.
Let's do it.
This one's
Let me
NFL
go full
news.
screen.
Oh boy.
NFL news. This is a long one. This is a headline. NFL news headline. Ready for your first question, Simon?
I'm ready.
All right, Simon. Which player had more passing yards this past season? Which player had more passing yards? Was it Dak Prescott or was it Davis Mills?
Dak Prescott.
I'm sorry, it was Davis Mills.
You suck.
Davis Mills. Yeah, I know.
You suck. Yeah. You're a bad person.
So Joey, we're back to you.
Hi, I'm Joey. You're back
Hello.
to me, and I would like a question.
All right, Joey. Which player had more passing yards this past season? Was it Jacoby Brissett or was it Mac Jones?
Oh, Mac Jones?
Mac Jones is correct. What letter would you like?
T as in Tom.
T. There are 5 T's, Joey.
that's
It's going to
cool.
give you 2,500.
That blew up everything I was filling in already.
Yeah, me too.
Everything
Joey,
I had.
another question? Or would you like a
I would
vowel
like
or
to-
you could solve?
I would like to buy an A.
Ryan, an A. You
Mhm.
got it. A. 3 A's. It's going to cost you 300. Your options are the same.
I would
What would you like to do here?
A question, please.
Question. All right, Joey. Which player had more passing yards this past season? Which player had more passing yards this past season? Was it Matt Ryan? Or was it Andy Dalton?
Yes. Oh, wait. I'll also go Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan is
God,
correct.
that's
What
two
letter would you like?
Bad names. N, please.
N. Show me N. There are 3 N's, Joey.
I'm racking some points up here, ladies and gentlemen.
An additional 1,500 in your round bank.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a question. I'm not gonna put any more vowels up there. Yeah.
All right, Joey. Which player had more receptions this past year? Which player had more receptions this past year? Was it Tyler Higbee or was it DeAndre Hopkins?
Higbee had a lot once. Oh man. DeAndre Hopkins or Tyler Higbee? I'll go Higbee.
Higbee is correct. What letter would you like?
S.
S. There are 5 S's, and that's your the third one, right?
Yeah, that's my first one.
That's your third question, right?
Yeah, that was my third question. So I banked all that cash.
I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to solve this, Joey. Bonk.
Yeah.
You weren't able to solve it, but you are going to bank that money, putting you firmly ahead here. Firmly ahead, but it's not over. Oh, Matt, you're back.
I'm back. My computer, does things. It's got a mind of its own.
It's got a mind of its own. Well, you're back just in time. It is now your turn. You ready for a question? Or you can solve.
Sure am.
All right. Matt, tell me, which player had more rushing yards this past season? Was it Tyler Algier or was it Jeff Wilson Jr.?
It was Tyler Algier.
That is correct. What consonant would you like?
I would like an H, please.
An H. There's 1 H. It's going to give you 500 in your round bank, Matt. You can purchase a vowel here, or you can solve, or you can take another question.
I'm going to grab an I.
An I. There are 4 I's. 2, 3, 4, bringing you down to 100. And so you can either solve or take another question here.
I will take another question.
You got it. All right. All right, Matt. Tell me, which player had more rushing yards this past season? Was it Latavius Murray or was it Cordero Patterson?
I can't believe Latavius Murray is still in the league. I'll go with Cordero Patterson.
I'm sorry. It was Latavius Murray. I almost forgot the guy I said.
2 great former Vikings. 2 great former Vikings.
Yeah. All right, Simon, we're back to you.
Yeah, I'll take a question. I feel like I have so many words of this, and it's just not there. Like I have a name.
You got Titans and this season?
Yeah, and
season. I want to solve.
I'll take a question.
All right, taking a question. All right, Simon.
What?
Tell me, which player had more receiving yards this past season? Which player had more receiving yards this past season? Was it KJ Osborne or Donovan Peoples-Jones?
It was KJ Osborne.
I'm sorry, it was Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Yeah, cool.
Joey, we're back to you.
This is fun.
I'm having a good
I've really
time.
enjoyed this puzzle so far. There's so many letters up there. I've had such a big part in it. I really enjoyed doing this.
Joey, what would you like to do here?
I want a question because I can't buy vowels because I banked all that money.
All right, Joey. You asked for a question, and I am legally required to oblige. So tell me, which player had more rushing yards this past season? Which player had more rushing yards this past season? Was it Curtis Samuel or was it Mac Jones?
Curtis Samuel.
They're both firsties.
Yeah, Curtis Samuel.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is correct. What consonant would you like?
L.
L.
I'm going to get at least 3.
There are lots of L's. All right, Joe. This is your third. We're going into your third?
Let's buy some vowels. I want to buy an E.
Okay. 3 E's.
Knew that.
What would you like to do here, Joey?
O. Buy an O.
Buy an O. 3 O's.
What the hell is that word?
I know.
What the hell is that word, JL?
What's it going to be, Joey? I need an answer.
Dang.
I'm going to start reading your question.
I want a
All
question.
right. Next question. You got it.
I know what it is.
Exactly what you want here. All right, Joey. Which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Was it AJ Dillon or was it Cortland Sutton?
AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon is correct. What consonant would you like?
R.
R. There are 2 R's. You're going to bank this money, Joey. You got 5 seconds to solve.
I would like to buy a U.
Hey,
Buy you.
This is your third question. That was your third question.
Titans.
I figured it out.
Turn to Will Levis early this season.
Bonk. I'm sorry, Joey. You are going to bank this money. But
God,
you weren't able
Joey.
to solve it in time.
Joey already won the round. It doesn't matter if he solves it.
I just hit everything on this puzzle. Like,
yeah.
All right, Matt.
You sure
I
did.
want to solve it too.
We're moving on to you.
I'm also struggling with word number 2, so I'll take a question.
All right, taking a question. Which player had more PPR fantasy points this past season? Was it
Got it.
Mark Andrews or was it Jacoby Brissett?
I'm going to go with Mark Andrews.
That is correct. I thought that'd be trickier, but I guess not. All right, Mark Andrews, what consonant would you like?
W.
W. Oh, I hit an X. There's no X's in the puzzle, everybody.
Oh, that's good.
1 W. It's going to give you 500.
I was very frightened
Be
for a
around
second.
bank, Matt. On the board if you would like to purchase it.
JL used his nickname Bill in the puzzle.
Oh, you know what? I got it. Let's solve it.
All right, say exactly how it's written.
Titans could turn to Will Levis
Tinker.
early this season.
Tinker.
Titans could turn to Will Levis early this season is correct. Well done, Matt. That is going to give you an extra 1,000 and a firm second place finish here. A firm
I
second
really
place finish,
wish it was Bill Levis because
JL,
To Bill
Titans could turn to Billy L early this season.
Bill L.
Well, nice job,
Well
Matt. Solving
done.
that one. Joey ran away with the score here, but you had some nice solves in this puzzle. And Matt, we really appreciate you taking the time to come on and play some games with us.
Yeah, it's always fun playing games with you guys. What's new in your worlds though? I haven't talked to you guys in so long. I want to know what's going on with Joey, Simon, and JL. Let's go.
Well, my hairdresser canceled for the 3rd time in a row on me due to a migraine today. So I haven't had a haircut in 2 years, and the last 3 times I've tried to schedule, each about 3 months apart, she's canceled on me.
This is now
time to get a new hairdresser.
Yeah,
She's
I know.
100% doing this on purpose.
Yeah, I'm enabling by continuing to schedule appointments with her. I should definitely switch at this point. But
It's like he just won't give up.
outside of that, we got the game show going back on every day, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. You're on it
Nice
right
plug.
now.
Woo.
But we're doing that back now.
I'm here.
We're doing that back now every day. And tomorrow, for the first time here on VSN, we're doing pub trivia. So we got that launching. We're going to use the Bettercast so you can play along in the app. So we got that coming up here as well. Exciting stuff.
Mhm.
What about you?
We got
Excellent.
What does explosive output have? I had some explosive output after the Taco Bell at lunch, but I'm sure yours is a little bit more
Disgusting.
exciting.
I had a proud dad moment this year. My senior in high school won the Minnesota State esports singles title for Super Smash Bros.
That's awesome. That is sick.
So
who's their main?
Yeah, well, I was just about to ask that.
King K. Rool of all characters.
God, I love the big bodied characters.
He's the big fat gator. So, yeah, that's been pretty fun. And on a professional note, this is kind of a little bit of a secret. We haven't really publicized this all that much. Kind of breaking news for your show.
Tell us.
We have launched phase 1 of the LeagueSafe app on iOS and Android devices.
Mamma mia.
We are an app now.
Now I'm going to get those push notifications to pay for my dues.
Exactly. So we're just payments right now, but we will have commissioner stuff in phase 2 in about a month, and everything should be rolling full go by football season. So you can download that LeagueSafe app, and if you got any leagues that you need to pay for, some dynasty ones or anything, you can try it out. Be the first on your block to do it.
Commissioners everywhere rejoice at the launch of that.
Exactly.
App. If you're a commissioner, check it out. And if you're not a commissioner, send that link to your commissioner. Get them to download it. It'll make everybody's lives easier. And Jail, is this true? Scott's coming in with this important life update?
Dude, he has ruined my life. Because before I would just casually look for 4-leaf clovers. Now, every time I see a batch, I'm like, I have to look. I have to, I'm just waiting for the moment I find my very first one so that I can call Scott.
That seems statistically improbable. The fact that you have never found one is like evidence to the fact that we're living in a simulation and that's just some glitch in your programming.
Right?
I've never found one either. I don't think they're real.
Okay, yeah, you guys got the same glitch. You guys got the same bug in your programming. Yeah. There's no 4-leaf clovers present in your version of the simulation.
Just follow the steps.
You make your own luck.
Yeah, JL and Matt don't need that luck. They get it on their own. And rabbits don't have feet in their world either.
Exactly. Just go to the craps table at 6 a.m. and you make your own luck.
4 hands.
I remember one time I was in Vegas. We were all going up to the room at like 4 a.m. My buddy says, I'm just going to go gamble a little bit. Then I'll meet you guys up there. And he truly meant a little bit. 5 minutes later, he came up and he's like, I just lost $300 and climbed into bed. It was 5 minutes. Like he had to make one more bad decision before climbing into bed. Well, guys, that is going to be it for us today. But I want to remind everybody about Better Sports Live tonight at 7 Eastern. You can hang out with Lisa Ann and Rick Kamla following the NBA playoff action live, tracking your fantasy teams and bets, while chatting with Lisa Ann and Ricky Props. So reminder everybody that it's tonight at 7 Eastern, Better Sports Live on the Better Sports Network app, or check it out on their YouTube channel as well. That is going to be it for us today, though. Another huge thanks to our friend Matt for joining us. Go and follow him on Twitter at Explosive Output. Thank you to everybody in the chat for coming in and hanging out with us. And we'll see you guys live tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time for more fantasy football game show fun. Until then, adios, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye.
Well, most
I love them a lot, actually.
Summary.